If you're not racing right now to use AI, you're going to be left behind, lose your job, and miss out on the biggest opportunity since Bitcoin in 2019. Now that might sound like a bold claim, but AI or artificial intelligence is the most talked about subject in the world today. There are thousands of people losing their jobs each and every day because AI is at a point where it's getting so powerful, it could do the jobs of 100 people at 100 times less the price. And on one side, we have those stuck in their old ways, not willing to adapt to this advanced technology, and they're going broke and losing their jobs. And on the other side, we have those who are diving deep into this advanced technology and using it to their advantage, and they're reaping all the rewards while the opportunity is still there and not saturated. And today, you get to make the decision on which side you want to be on. Because in this video, I'm going to break down how you can take advantage of the AI revolution and create your own AI automation agency to make your first $5, $10, $20, even $30,000 online. This is a method to make money that I don't think I've yet to see anyone talk about yet, which is great because that means there's very low competition. And if you start today, you're going to be in front of the race while everyone is trying to catch up to you. So if you're looking to jump on an opportunity that is new, hot, and in a blue ocean, this is the one. Because an AI automation agency isn't like any other agency, because by leveraging AI, we get clients to come to us and willing to pay us $1,000 to $5,000 without sending cold emails, doing any cold calling, or paying for any ads. Now, how is this done, you're probably asking? Well, there are 4 main phases you have to follow to create a successful AI automation agency that makes over $10,000 per month. But for all of you that are completely new to the agency game and don't know what an agency actually is, let me break it down to you. All an agency is a business that sells a service to another business. Very simple. Services that have been popularized to sell over the last couple of years include Facebook ads, Google ads, email marketing, short form content, SEO, video editing, and graphic design. Now, the first step to creating an AI automation agency is to pick a service to sell. Now, is one service easier to sell than other? That's an argument many people have, but I truly believe if you do what I'm going to talk about in this video, it doesn't really matter what service you sell because you're going to stand out 100 times more from your competitors where it won't really matter. So step 1 to create an AI automation agency is to pick a service, and don't worry if you have no idea how to actually do this service. I have an answer for that later on in this video. Now, step 2 is to pick a niche. So now that you have a service picked out that you want to sell, you need to figure out who you're going to sell to. This is your niche, and there are 3 primary niches you could pick. The first is local. Now, local niches include businesses in your local area like dentists, chiropractors, financial advisors, and roofers. And there are 2 types of local niches. They are called blue collar and white collar. Blue collar is any business that typically does manual type labor like a car mechanic, plumber, or construction worker, while white collar are businesses that don't do any manual labor and typically on average make much more money. Now, these include dentists, lawyers, and financial advisors. So if you pick local as your niche, you have 2 options. Now, I would personally only work with white collar niches for the sole fact that they have money. They make much more, and then when it comes to pricing, they will be willing to spend more than those in blue collar businesses. And the second niche you can go into is e-commerce. This includes any business that sells products online. For e-commerce, the biggest difference from local is you're doing any service that will help sell more products. Now, this is actually your biggest pro because your value to an e-commerce brand is determined by how much additional revenue you can bring in. So as long as you're bringing in more revenue than you cost, they will never get rid of you. And you'll be able to sign monthly retainers more easily than local. Now, the last niche you can go into is coaches or influencers. And these are popular YouTubers, Instagram coaches, and really anyone who makes most of their money from their audience online. Now, the biggest pro about picking influencers as your niche is that they have money and not a lot of time. So simply, if you can make their life a little bit easier and save them time, usually they'll just throw money around and you can sign a client pretty easily. So those are the 3 niches you could pick. What I would do is pick my niche depending on who my service will help the most. For example, if I was selling short form content, I would sell my service to coaches and influencers because they need TikTok and Instagram to grow their audience and they might not have the time to do it themselves or don't know how to. So once you have picked out your service in your niche, you're officially done with phase 1 of creating your own AI automation agency. And phase 1 was all about setting up the foundations. Phase 2 is the real fun part because it's all about AI content creation. Now, what I'm talking about here, I truly don't think anyone has talked about. So for you to fully understand how all this works and how it can make you a fuck ton of money, I need to take you back a bit and tell you a bit of my story and how I stumbled upon this. I started my own agency about 3 years ago. And everything was going well with it, scaled up to a few tens of thousands of dollars a month, but I became stuck. For a good few months, I was really struggling with my agency because I just didn't see a way to scale it with what I was doing, which was really just sending a bunch of cold emails every single day to try to sign new clients. I realized that wasn't going to be sustainable. I needed to try something else. So I decided to start producing content to get the name of my agency out there and try to sign clients. And let me tell you, content changed everything in my business. I went from struggling to sign clients to having them come to me and willing to pay me $3,000 because I was creating content, giving value, showing off my service and the problems it solved. And for the people that had those problems, they messaged me directly to help. This was a full-on revelation for me, and I couldn't believe the power of content in a personal brand. Just last month, I booked 245 calls for my business without sending any emails, any DMs, or doing any cold calling. Those 245 calls were just calls that were booked passively on my calendar because I produced content that showcased my business. And this is the core of the AI automation agency, because social media algorithms are all AI based. Every time you get a recommended video, it's because a social media platform's AI algorithm analyzed thousands of data points within seconds and came to the conclusion that based on the data points it has of you, that video that was recommended is a video you would like. This means if you create content targeted to your niche that you chose in phase 1, they are more likely to see your videos than anyone else, and they are more likely to hire you. Think about all the times you saw a product on social media and you bought it because you needed it or it was just, so cool. It's the exact same thing you're going to do here. You're going to create content targeted to your niche, showing off your service. Some people within that niche are going to see that video and they're going to reach out to you to help them if they have a problem. Now, I completely understand that content creation can be hard, and I know some people don't want to put themselves on camera. Well, great news for you, you don't have to. With the advances of AI, we can now have it do 90% of the content creation for us. That's why phase 2 is all about AI content creation. For example, when I started creating content for my own business, it took forever thinking of ideas, scripting, and editing the content. I was spending more time creating content than doing the tasks in my business. Now in a week, I produce 1 YouTube video, 21 tweets, 3 email newsletters, and 7 short form videos. It only takes me about 4 to 6 hours. And the reason that is because I use AI to help me out massively. In fact, these are the exact AI applications that I use. To come up with content ideas, I use Viral Finder, which is an application that will go through all of your competitors' viral videos so you can use them as inspiration. So I would look at these videos, and within 10 minutes, I would have hundreds of ideas for content. Then for scripting the content, I would use Midro. Midro, in my opinion, is the best script writing AI out there. It has analyzed over 10,000 viral videos and makes the most unique scripts online. Then for editing, before I had an editor, I used Submagic. Submagic automatically adds engaging captions to your video. Even if you have no idea how to create content to show off your service, you can use these AIs to create all the content for you. And if you don't even want to show your face, you don't have to, because you can just use an AI avatar to be the face of your content for you. Here's an example of what it could look like. By posting content with the help of AI, it's exactly how I've been able to grow a following of around 60,000 followers in just 6 months. And trust me, I'm not anyone special. At the very beginning, I was so scared to create and post content. I was nervous, anxious, didn't even want to really do it, but I pulled through. Got better and better, and now it's actually really easy for me to make content, and it will be for you if you just stick with it. And if you stick with creating content for a couple of months, I guarantee you will have a good amount of followers that are your exact ideal clients. Which leads me to phase 3 of creating your own AI automation agency, which is monetizing your content. After you build up an audience of your target customers, you don't want them just to sit there and keep watching your content. You want them to take action. And the best way for them to take action is through a sales funnel. A sales funnel is a funnel that the target customer goes through that uses different marketing tactics to convince them to take a desired action, which in our case is to book a call. Here's a simple 3-step sales funnel everyone with an AI automation agency should create. The first step is the opt-in page. The purpose of the opt-in page is to capture the name, email address, and or phone number of the person visiting the page. The reason you want to get these details is so you can retarget these people. This is because only a slight percentage of people will enter your sales funnel and go through the funnel to book a call right away. Instead, a lot of them will only go through steps 1 or 2 in the funnel, then leave. And the fact that they entered your sales funnel in the first place means they were interested in your service, so you don't want to lose out on those interested leads. That's why we use an opt-in page, so we can get their details so we can retarget them. Because now that you have their email, they are added to your email list, and then you can send promotional emails to them whenever to try to get them to buy. I've had people enter my opt-in page months ago who are just now becoming our clients because I just keep sending them emails reminding them of our service and what we do. In fact, because of this page, I have over 3,000 people in my email list that I can retarget whenever I want. So now if I need a client, I can just simply send out a promotional email, and we usually can get 2 to 3 clients just from that one email. That's the importance of having an opt-in page. Now the second step in the sales funnel is what we call the VSL page. This is a page where the primary goal is to get them to watch a video. In this video, you're going to be selling your product and or service. You're going to be talking about what your service does, how it can help someone solve a problem, and go through case studies if you have them. This video is the deciding factor if someone wants to book a call with you or not to learn more about your service. But if they are, then they will click the button below the video, which will then take them to the last step in the sales funnel, which is usually a booking page. The booking page is just a simple page where someone can book a call with you. That's all it's really for. Now, this is a simple 3-step funnel that anyone can create, and this 3-step funnel is the reason I booked over 200 calls passively for my business last month. And I did that without spending any time sending emails, finding leads, or paying for ads. I just spent 8 hours creating the sales funnel, and now I have a percentage of my viewers every single day that go into my sales funnel. In fact, these are the usual stats I see for a targeted piece of content that showcases your service. If it gets 10,000 views, 5% of people will be interested in going to your sales funnel to learn more. And then from that, 3% will be interested to book a call. And most people will then have about a 10 to maybe 3% close rate, which means for about 10,000 views, you could potentially get 2 to 5 clients. Now, of course, this will be different for everyone, but it's typically what I've seen. Now, after you get a client that pays you anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, now the real work begins. You and the client agreed on a price for your services, and now you have to fulfill on that order. But how do you do that? This is our last phase to creating an AI automation agency, which is drop servicing the fulfillment. Simply, you don't do the service yourself. Instead, you hire a professional to do it for you. This is the drop servicing model. You sell a service and then you find someone else to fulfill it for you. The great thing about drop servicing is that it means you can sell any service you want because you don't have to spend the countless hours learning how to actually do the service for yourself. Let's use short form content as an example. Let's say you sold creating short, captivating clips like the ones you've seen on TikTok and Instagram for a client. All you have to do is go on sites like Upwork.com or Fiverr.com to find professionals who will do the service for you. Upwork and Fiverr are job portals where you can hire professionals for very cheap, like $5 to $10 an hour. This is because most of these workers are in developing countries where the exchange rates against the US dollar are poor, so they do work for very cheap. Now, $5 USD might seem low for anyone to do work, but it's actually pretty good pay for those living in these countries. Best of all, there are a ton of professionals in these countries looking for work. You can find media buyers, video editors, copywriters, illustrators, and really any job expert you can think of. All you have to do is create a job posting on Upwork for the person you're looking for to fulfill the service. And in this case, for short form videos, it would be a video editor. You'll probably get between 20 to 50 applicants. Then you could just go through each one, qualify them, interview the best, and then hire the best one at the best price. So if you signed a client for short form clips and the agreement was $1,500 for 30 videos, what you would do is go to Upwork and find a professional editor that knows best practices for TikTok, and then you would pay this person about $10 a video. So to fulfill the order for your client, it would only cost you $300 and you get to keep the remaining $1,200 as profit. That's an 80% profit margin, and I don't know any other business model in the world where you get 80% margins while doing none of the work at all. And because you don't have to do the service yourself, that's why anyone can create an AI automation agency, even if they have no experience or knowledge. Because you don't need a fancy website, any upfront investment, technical skills, an existing audience or followers, or any existing marketing or sales experience. This is something you could start completely from scratch, and because you're going to be growing a brand to grow your business, you will scale exponentially as your content does. Because trust me, it is hard to go from 0 to 1,000 followers than it is to go from 1,000 followers to 10,000 followers. Content is exponential, and if you just stick with this, I guarantee you, you will have more success and make more money than you ever dreamed of, but it does take time. Some of you will struggle to get views at the beginning, and some of you will have a viral video in their second video posted and make probably $5,000 to $10,000 just like that. And you will never know which one you'll be if you don't start. And again, this is something that's entirely new. Nobody's really doing this right now. So if you can start today, I promise you'll be years ahead of everyone else, and you'll actually have a business that will survive in the long run. Because when you stop doing cold calls, your business dies. When you stop sending cold emails, your business dies. When you stop paying for ads, your business dies. But a brand never dies and will live on and keep getting you clients even if you decide to take a 4-month break. So if you want to join an opportunity that is the blue ocean right now with little to no competition, then click the link in the description where you'll land on a page where I'll go more in depth on AI automation agencies and how you can create one for yourself in just 72 hours. Check that out if you're interested in creating your own AI automation agency using the link in the description. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to learn more about this unique agency model, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.